let's talk about how to use a stone grain mill. What can we mill in this and what can't we mill? You can't mill anything that's oily, such as hemp seeds, chia seeds, flax, coffee beans. What can you mill in this? Corn, as in dent corn or popcorn. Either one of those could work in this particular mill. In the Mockmill, you are not to mill popcorn. I have to say I've done it. You can mill wheat, spelt, barley, rye, pretty much all your grains, unless they're very oily. The oil will get in the stones and gum them up. We call that glazing the stones. If your stones are glazed, it means they're not rough any longer and they've been coated with this shiny, starchy covering or oil. We don't want that. We want two rough stones that are grinding the grain into a fine flour. Let's take a look at what our stones are supposed to look like. We got them right here. Turn our hopper. In here we have access to the stones. Here's one, right? And these stones have a rough surface to them. If they start to look shiny and feel smooth instead of rough when you run your finger over them, we're gonna need to clean the stones. There are two. Here's the other stone. The NutriMill Harvest stone mill comes with a cleaning tool. So we can use a brush and clean out any flour that may have gotten stuck along the way. It's gonna come right out this spout. Every once in a while, you might wanna open up your mill, take a look and see, did I let flour get built up around the stones? If so, you just want to brush it out really quick like this. Now, if you're getting your mill for the first time, this is all going to be nice and clear. Now it's nice and clean. Another option is just take a vacuum hose, stick it in there and suck all the flour out. That is also very quick and easy. If you've glazed your stones, as in they are not rough, they feel smooth, or if it's your first time running your mill, you're going to want to clean your stones just to make sure nothing from the factory remains in there and that everything's clean. We're going to mill some rice. This is brown rice. Rule number one with a stone mill is always to turn on your mill first. What we do here is the motor. What we don't hear is the stones tapping. The stones will tap when the top and the bottom stones start to come in contact with each other. So that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna turn this on, get our stones to where they're just tapping, then put the grain in. We should always be wearing ear protection. This machine is loud enough that using it all the time will damage your hearing, so protect it. We're gonna get the stones to just tap in. Put in our grain. And turn off our mill. If you don't like the sound of the stones tapping, at the end you may turn your knob counterclockwise even further and go from there. This is grainy. It is not a fine flour. So if you mill your flour at this point for bread or something, it'll soak, it'll absorb the liquid, provided you use enough liquid. However, this is not a fine flour. That is rice flour. I like to mill the rice flour and clean my stones once in a while because this works so nicely on top of sourdough bread. I can just shake it on the top, make my slice into the top of the bread. I always have a nice fresh milled rice flour for that. How to get the fine flour. We want the stones to be tapping when we put the grain in. Then you adjust from there. We want to continue to see a flow from the stones. If the flow slows down too much and you can feel the flours coming out hot, that's where you're gonna back the stones off just a little bit. You want a decent flow coming from the stones. You should never hear the stones tapping while the grain is inside the mill. If you can hear the stones tapping or your flow has stopped or very significantly slowed coming out the chute, then your stones are too close together and you need to back them off. You're gonna have to practice this because various grains all have a different place where they're gonna grind fine. For example, kamut or durum is gonna need to be cranked down a little further than your hard wheat or spelt. Your barley and rye and soft wheat don't need nearly as much pressure as your hard wheat does, especially not as much as what your pasta grains are. You have to continue to adjust for whatever grains you are milling at the time. It doesn't take long, it's very quick. Let's go over that with hard wheat, which would be used for making bread. It's your number one grain choice when making bread. How to get fine flour, hard white or hard red will work. I'm just gonna put some grains in here. For this particular experiment, I'm not going to use my earphones. I want to be able to hear things and talk to you. We're gonna turn this on, put this in. Back off your stones before turning it off. That covers pretty much everything you could encounter in one milling. I want to show you the difference in the flour from doing this. Here's number one. This is what we got when we first put the stones in to where they were tapping. I can feel the coarseness of the grain. If you're new, you may think that that is fine enough. Now we're gonna move on to here. It gets a little bit finer. Now this is where the flour was very fine. It's powdery. The stones were tapping, so we had to back it off. We backed it off. We got great flow out of our mill. We got also this gorgeous fine flour. This is absolutely possible. Sorry for that. Can you see that? The fine flour versus the grainy. Let's see if I can go in again. Grainier, fine. So to summarize, turn on your mill first. Get it to where the stones are just tapping. Put in your grains. Tighten it down, maintaining a steady flow. You should not hear the stones tapping while the grains are in. If you do, back your mill off by turning counterclockwise until the flow is steady and the flour is fine. Anytime you need to clean your stones, you may do so with your brush. And if you need, you can mill some brown rice or white rice, just not parboiled, to clean your stones. I'm Dr. Mel from justmillit.com. This is how you use a stone mill.